He caught the bug too. James Conner, we're going to let him have the day off, and Calais we're going to let have the day off. So those two kind of just vet maintenance. The other guys should be getting back here pretty soon. Nothing to worry about.
The play from Michael, it seemed like one of those ones where, like, I mean, they're both busting their butt to make a play, and then just something happens. I mean, is that?
Yeah, I call him bang bang. I told Mike. I mean, it's unfortunate what happened, but he can't. That's why I want him to stay up. I know it's hard. That's their instincts to go dive for the ball, but in practice that can lead to some contact that you don't want to have happen. So I don't fault them, but I don't want them going to the ground either.
What kind of opportunity is it for the other receivers now with Marvin?
Yeah, guys got to get in there and show what they can do. So, when guys are out, this is, I think, true for all kinds of reasons. But when you get it goes into getting your opportunity. It doesn't matter really how you get your opportunity. What do you do with it? So there'll be guys in and out of the lineup today. We're mixing and matching a little bit today, putting some pressure. Hopefully create some pressure and anxiety with some guys to move around different spots, see how they respond.
Coach, I'm curious about the kind of like the rules of the game, right? Are you guys, is the offense game plan and the defense, are you going with most of the playbook, just a small part? Is this just about contact? Like, what are you looking to get out of this?
We don't game plan each other. I'm not looking to get out of. We're trying to get the things that we want to get in on all three phases installation-wise. All three coordinators do it a little bit differently. I would say, though, at this point right now, the bulk of the installs are done. So I believe in kind of loading them up so you can play football and then kind of tailoring it. I think that when the mental is high, the physical should be a little bit lower. When the physical high, which is we're getting to that point, the mental should be a little bit lower, kind of balances out. But we basically have a good chunk in right now. But we play football. There will be some periods that we'll script together, and make sure that we're getting the looks that we need. But we're not like setting the defense or offense up for success. We're playing our stuff, but, offense has a lot of stuff, defense has a lot of stuff. If Drew wants to see certain things for checks and balances or to see a matchup or to see how something looks, our defense can give him our version of what he wants to see and vice versa. So those are good periods to have, but a lot of them, the bulk of our practices is, good on good.
Yeah. Just to clarify.
That's a good question.
You said Baker was fine, but will he be out there today?
Yeah.
Okay.
As we said, it's at 12:51 to my knowledge, yeah, he'll be out there today.
Is Marvin trending in a good direction?
Yeah, he is. He is. He is. I was going to say I'm not going to say that. He's trending in a good direction.
Coach, anything you can tell us about the three teams we're facing in the preseason before playing them, matchup-wise? What are you looking for against those teams?
Yeah, well, I mean, Kansas City speaks for themselves. They're, constantly in the Final Four, it seems like, or in the Super Bowl, so they got a bunch of good players. That'll be cool. Different schemes. Spags does a good job. On defense, they play different than us, and it's a really good scheme. Offensively, play a little bit different than us. That'll be good. Denver, really honestly, kind of two different schemes again. So that'll be cool. And Vegas will be a little bit unknown. But, I'm more so honestly, everyone does it a little bit differently. This is just my opinion. We don't game plan preseason games either. So you might think, well, you're not giving your guys a chance to go out and have success. I don't look at it that way. I think they need to be able to go function, play within what they see, apply their rules, and play fast and violent. I don't want them thinking about, we think we're getting this on third down from Spags. I don't think that's what preseason games should be about. I think it should be about who plays with the mode of play that we want, which is motor and violence, who can win one-on-ones and who can execute schematically, versus really kind of an unknown. I tell them, during the season should be a little bit easier mentally on you, but that's what I'm looking for in preseason. I'm not game planning anybody.
Do you think that makes the evaluation process easier, that you know your guys are only worried about what your team?
Yeah, a little bit, but where I changed my viewpoints, I used to, everyone, this is not right, wrong, and different. I like you could say, let's only give them a couple calls, so we can really see like go function, and they only have, let's say, 5 calls. But I do think that's a way to do it, and that's cool. As I thought about that, as I kind of kept moving on in my career, I always thought, well, yeah, but like some piece, I don't know what piece to the puzzle, but there has to be some piece that evaluates their mental too in a game. And if you only give them 5 calls, I don't know if you're quite doing that. So I like, because you have to be able to think on game day, right? So I like to, it's kind of a blend, it's probably not as much as an install for a game, but it splits the difference of nothing, everything, somewhere in the middle there. Because I do think you got to be able to evaluate, can they think and apply their rules and process and still play good football for you. That was a long-winded answer, but kind of bad. Sorry.
Is there a time of camp, like with the
I apologize, Donnie, on a Saturday.
with the receivers who are going to get more looks now? Is there a time of camp that's good for guys to show what they can do, like compared to the first week when you still have 5 weeks left for the week 1? Like, is there a better time for guys
No,
to kind of show?
every day is an interview.
Where have you seen a guy like Jordan Birch grow the most so far?
Honestly, from spring to now, is his. Nick and I were just talking about him. Is his movement? He's a big man. He's a big man. He weighs a lot. And when you look at a guy and he looks like he weighs probably 25 pounds more than what he looks to you, that's typically a good sign. He's put together, but I wanted to see the movement and the get off and the burst and acceleration from the edge, and I think he's displayed that. So that, Matt's done a good job with cleaning up some of the technique things and where his eyes are, because those two things can slow you down a little bit. But I think that's where he's made the biggest jump. And then, honestly, he doesn't bust a lot, like he really doesn't. So he knows what's going on. He's executing schematically, and he's playing pretty fast and violent. He's doing a good job.
We've seen a lot of that 3 safety look with Deidre.
You said three safety?
Deidre and Buddha and
Yeah.
on the field. What are some of the things you really like about that package?
Interchangeable parts, and they can all do multiple things. So obviously we do that for a reason. One, to get Rabbit on the field because he's a really good player. He just happens to be behind 2 really good players, But when you look like who can impact the game, Rabbit's a guy that's in that conversation because he can take away the ball. So we always look to have have ways for him to get on the field. But those 3 guys, they have unique skill sets where one's not a box safety, one's not a post safety, one has to play here. Like, they can all kind of do it all. So that's nice. And then with deploying them, how Nick deploys them is you can create some matchup problems for the offense when you do that. So I like that package.
How was B.J. Ojulari's injury progression going?
Awesome. He's doing well.
Do you think he'll be ready for the start of the year?
That's kind of hypothetical. I take it one day at a time with that, Teo. Truthfully, long time away for that. I don't know.
Dante Stills, this is your 3rd camp with him.
Yeah.
He's matured a lot development-wise, and you look now, he's leading position drills. Just talk about his maturation.
Yeah, good eye, Johnny. Yeah, he's doing a good job. Monty and I were talking about it in Sears. We were talking about him today. Yeah, he really has. And it's kind of cool because he's played a lot of good ball for us. Like, he's been a productive player as a pup, I call him. First, second year guy. But he's played good ball for us. But I do feel, I don't want to use a term like kind of the light clicked. But I think Debo's doing a really good job. He put a lot into his craft. I know this off season before we got back for OTAs, and then this summer. And I think his understanding of what is going on as it relates to him and other people that he's playing around has helped him. And he's got a skill set, and I think, it's not that he has matured. He wasn't immature when he got here. He's just kind of finding his way. It's year 3 around us, He's a guy that I'm hard on. I will say that. I'm hard on Dante. He knows that. Geez, I'm hard on him. But probably not rightfully so all the time. But he takes it, and he takes the coaching, and he tries to get better. He's doing a good job.
What does that show you when you can be like that hard on a player and he accepts it and rolls with it and learns?
Yeah, most of them do. Most of them do. They know it's it comes from love and care, you know. Dante's one that I get after pretty good sometimes.
Coach, thanks.
Okay.